Hello everyone, this is Anamika, faculty from Galgodia College of Engineering and Technology, Greater Noida. In the previous class, we have learned the application of Coulomb's law in order to find electric field for a line charge and for a finite conductor. In today's class, we will learn evaluation of electric field due to charged ring using Coulomb's law. So, we will learn this but through a problem. So, just we are going to solve a problem which tells that a circular ring of radius A, carries a uniform charge rho Coulomb per meter and is placed on xy plane with the same axis as the z axis. So that it means that we need to find electric field at a point P which is on the z axis due to a charged ring which is placed on xy plane. XY plane can also be considered as z equal to 0 plane. So, we can see here that this is the x axis, this is the y axis. A circular charged ring is placed on xy plane and one point P is here where we need to find electric field, and that electric field should be equal to this. So, we know that for a line charge, electric field is equal to E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught line integral of rho L is given here, rho L dl divided by r cube and one r vector will be here. So, this is the equation, general equation for electric field in case of line charge distribution. So, just put it as equation 1. Now, in this equation we need to find dl and r vector. So, in first step we will find the dl. dl is the small elementary length of charged ring. So, here we can see that this is our charged ring and this elementary part, small part we have taken for the consideration, and this is the dl. This dl is on the arc. So, here our dl will be equal to rho d phi, because the length is elementary differential part, that is why we have taken arc also as a differential part. We know that when there will be a radius A and it will be theta, then the arc will be equal to a theta. But as here we have taken dl, so we have taken theta also as a differential term. So, rho d phi, where rho is the radius of the ring. However, here rho is given as a, so we will replace it by a d phi. Let it be called equation 2. Now, our aim is to find this r. R is the distance vector between our point of interest where we want to find electric field and the charged element small elementary part of charged ring dl. So let us assume the coordinate of this point P where we need to find electric field as 0 0 h. Because it is on z axis, so except z all the other parameter will be 0. Here we are taking coordinate of dl and it is in coordinate system, cylindrical system, so we will write rho 0 0. In this case our rho is a. So we will write a. So r will be equal to final point minus initial point. So 0 minus a will be a rho. Then 0 minus 0 a phi will be 0. Further h minus 0 az. So it will be h az. So we got r also. The vector r can be written as minus a rho plus h az. Let it be called equation 3. Now as we got the distance vector r, so we can easily find the r magnitude. This will be the magnitude of r, which can be written as a square plus h square. Let it be called as equation 4. Now put all the equation 2, 3, 4 in equation 1. Then we will get E will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon. Rho is a constant, rho L is the constant quantity, so we are going to take it outside. So here under integral we will left with dl. dl is the rho d phi. In this case we are having a, so a d phi. Then r will be taken from equation 3. This is a minus a rho plus h az. In denominator part we will be having r cube is there, so we will have a square plus h square to the power 3 by 2. Now we got the equation. Now we need to simplify a little bit. Now come to the figure. See, for every differential element dl, there is similar element in the opposite side also, which will contribute to the electric field also. Means for a small elementary part dl also there will be a electric field. Now as we know that electric field is a vector quantity, so we need to find the total electric field by summing up the all component. So if we resolve it into two component, vertical as well as horizontal component, like this, we can see that each horizontal component will cancel out. So we will finally left with only horizontal component. So this term, a rho term, will vanish out. So now our equation will be is equal to rho L 4 pi epsilon A d phi by A square plus h square 3 by 2. Now A is also a constant quantity, h is also a constant quantity. We will take it outside and we will integrate only d phi, and we know that, so all the quantity will be out, rho L by 4 pi epsilon A h by A square plus h square and integration of d phi. Now we know that phi is varying from 0 to 2 pi, so we will put the limit here, phi is equal to 0 to 2 pi. After simplifying it, it will give rho L by 4 pi epsilon AH by A square plus h square multiplied by 2 pi. Now this pi and this pi will cancel out and we will get finally rho L AH by 2 epsilon A square plus h square. This is the final formula for a ring for an electric field due to a charged ring at a point P. So here is the same thing which we have got, so it is proved. Now the next question is, what is the value of H? What value of H give the maximum value of E? Well, we have proved this. Now we need to find the value of H which gives maximum value of E. For that, H is the distance between point of interest where we need to find the electric field and the center of the ring. Now to find this, we need to differentiate. We got the value of E like this. Now to find the maximum value, find the value of H for maximum E, we need to differentiate E with respect to dH. So it will be rho L AH divided by 2 epsilon h square plus A square 3 by 2 AZ. Now here rho L, A and 2 epsilon are constant quantity, so we will take it outside, rho L by 2 epsilon, A will also come out, and here we will left with d by dh of h by h square plus A square (3 by 2) AZ. Now this term h by h square plus A square whole to the power 3 by 2 is in the form of u by v. So we will apply that formula of differentiation here. So how to find that? It will be rho L A by 2 epsilon d by dh. First of all, we will write h square plus a square 3 by 2 as it is, and the differentiation of first term, that is a dh by dh, it will come as 1 minus h will be as it is, first term will be as it is. We need to differentiate the second term. So, differentiation of second term will be this minus 1 means 1 by 2. So, it will be 2 h square plus a square, and after that we need to differentiate as of h square also. So, the differentiation of h square will be 2h here we will have 3 by 2 1 by 2. For getting maximum value of h, we need to equate dE by dH to 0. So, here we will equate it by 0. Then what will happen? All this term will go that side and it will vanish. After simplifying it, we will get h square plus a square, this 2 and 2 will cancel out, minus 3h square, 3, here one h is there and one h is here, 2 and 2 has been cancelled out. So, this will be equal to 0. After simplifying this, we will get, I am writing here, after simplifying it, we will get a square minus 2h square is equal to 0. In this way, we get the value of h as h will be equal to plus minus a by root 2. So, this is the final value of h for which we will get maximum value of E. Now, our third point is if the total charge on the ring is Q, find E as A tends to 0. Well, if the total charge on ring is Q, then rho L will be equal to Q by the total perimeter of this ring will be equal to 2 pi A. So, now we can rho L will be this. If the total charge on ring is Q, find E. We know that the formula of E for this case is E is equal to rho L AH. divided by 2 epsilon h square plus a square 3 by 2 az. But rho L can be replaced as q by 2 pi a multiplied by 2 epsilon h square plus a square 3 by 2. So this a and a will cancel out, and finally we will get q by 4 pi epsilon h square plus a square 3 by 2 az. Now, as the question is telling, as a tends to 0, if we will take a as 0, then it will become q by 4 pi epsilon h square 3 by 2, which will finally become q by 4 pi here one h will be there, hq. This square and this 2 will cancel out, then we will left with this. Finally this one h and this will also cancel out, then we will get 4 pi epsilon h square. It means that in case of C we are getting the value of E as q by 4 pi epsilon h square, which is same as that of the point charge. Physically also we can see when the A will tends to 0, it will become a point charge. So in this way we got the value of electric field for a point charge. Next, in the same way we can find the value of electric field due to disk also. But remember, in the previous problem we were having ring, that was example of line charge. However, disk is a example of surface charge. So there will be considerable change in solving such kind of problem. So let us see how to solve this problem. Here a circular disc of radius a is given. Let us revise the steps. See, whenever you have to you will be asked to find the electric field due to certain charged body, you have to write first of all the basic general formula of E, that is q by 4 pi epsilon r square ar. Further, this is the unit vector. You can elaborate it as 4 pi epsilon rq, and here will be r vector. Now this is the formula of electric field in terms of distance vector r. Now if you are the question is for line charge, you need to replace this q by rho L dl. If the question is for surface charge, then you need to replace this q by rho L rho s ds. Further, if the question will be for volume charge, you need to replace this Q by rho v dv. In all these cases, you have to replace dl, ds and dv also. So further, to solve such kind of problem, you need to go through three kind of steps. First step is replace the q with this, then you will get the formula for E, that is E is equal to this is for line charge, this is for surface charge, this is for volume charge. Line charge, this is for surface charge, distribution, and this is for volume charge distribution. Okay, now in all these problem you have to find dl, ds and dv, and you know that we are having three kind of coordinate system, so you should be able to find dl, ds and dv in all the three coordinates. Next step is to find the r value. R is the distance vector between the point of interest and the line charge, surface charge or volume charge. So you need to find the distance vector also. Further, if you got the value of distance vector, third step is to find the modulus of that distance vector, means magnitude of this r vector, which is r. So in this way you can find the value of electric field for any kind of configuration. As for example, in case of line charge, there are two kind of things which are generally asked in the exam. First is find the electric field due to line conductor, charged line conductor. Further, there might be some special cases like for finite charge, finite line conductor or infinite line conductor. Otherwise, you can be asked find the electric field at certain point due to a circular ring or square ring. Likewise, problem can be varied, but the steps and the concepts are same. You need to follow the proper concept and steps. This is the general way to find electric field. It can be applicable for any kind of configuration. Further, we will learn Gauss law, which is more easier than Coulomb's law, in order to find electric field and force and potential also. For today's class, we will stop here. In the next class, we will learn how to find the electric field due to infinite sheet as well as the disk. Till then, bye bye. Thank you so much.